We've all felt it, that moment when your mind seems like an enemy, when you're torn between what you want to do and what you know you should do. The frustration.
The self-doubt, the impulse that drives you to act without thinking, only to regret it later. You know it's not you. It's something deeper, a battle inside, a constant push and pull between your better judgment and your emotions. But here's the thing, you are not your impulses. You are not your anger, your procrastination, or your self-doubt. These are just reactions, automatic responses to the pressure you feel inside. And just like any battle, you have the power to take control, to change the course of your own story. Imagine for a moment a life where your mind doesn't control you, but where you control it. A life where your impulses don't dictate your actions, where your anger doesn't cloud your judgment, where procrastination doesn't steal your time. A life where your self-doubt fades away, replaced with confidence in your own abilities. What if I told you that mastering your mind is not some far-off dream, that it's not about willpower alone or forcing yourself to be perfect? It's about understanding the psychology of your own thoughts and emotions. It's about recognizing when your mind is leading you astray and knowing how to guide it back on track. You have the power within you, the ability to rise above the noise, to step outside the constant rush of your thoughts, and to tap into a deeper, calmer place within yourself. But it starts with understanding the psychology behind your behavior. It starts with learning how to handle the moments of weakness that all of us face. In this video, we will explore how to unlock the secrets to self-control. Not by denying yourself, but by understanding yourself better. You will learn how to break free from overthinking, how to manage impulses before they take control, and how to turn procrastination into productivity. Most importantly, you'll discover how to quiet the inner critic and build unshakable confidence in who you are. This journey isn't about trying to become someone you're not. It's about recognizing the incredible strength you already possess, strength that has always been inside you, waiting to be tapped into. So if you're ready to stop being at war with your own mind, to break free from the chains of self-doubt and impulsive decisions, let's begin. Your journey to mastering your mind starts right now. Are you ready to take that first step? Part 1. The power of mindful action, breaking free from overthinking. You've been there. Sitting with your thoughts, overanalyzing every move, every choice, every possibility. Should you take that risk? What if it doesn't work out? What if it changes everything? Your mind swirls with 1,000 what-ifs, and in the end, you're left frozen, stuck in a loop of indecision and fear. This is the trap of overthinking. It's a quiet, insidious thief that steals your time, your energy, and your confidence. The more you think, the less you act. The more you try to calculate every potential outcome, the harder it becomes to make a simple decision. Overthinking paralyzes you. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. Your mind is powerful, yes, but it is not in control unless you let it be. And right now, it might feel like your mind is running the show, but I want to remind you, you hold the reins. The key to breaking free from this cycle isn't about trying to shut your mind off, to silence your thoughts. That's impossible. What you can do, however, is shift your focus from thinking to doing. Mindful action is the secret to breaking free from overthinking and reclaiming control. Mindful action is not about making the perfect decision every time. It's about moving forward. It's the act of making a choice and committing to it, knowing that even if you don't have all the answers, you're still progressing. Overthinking often arises from the fear of making a mistake, of stepping into the unknown. But what if instead of fearing mistakes, you accepted them as part of your growth? What if you understood that every step, no matter how small, is a step forward? Right now, you may be telling yourself that you need more time to think, more time to figure it all out.
But in reality, waiting for the perfect moment is the biggest trap of all. The longer you wait, the more your mind builds walls. The more you delay, the harder it becomes to take that first step. But here's the good news. You can choose to break that pattern today. You don't need to wait for everything to fall into place. The simple act of moving, of doing, of making a choice is enough to create momentum. It starts with small steps. You don't need to solve everything in one go. Just take one step forward. One action, no matter how minor it may seem, is enough to break the chains of overthinking. Maybe it's as simple as writing down a task or picking up the phone to make that call you've been avoiding. Maybe it's as small as choosing to go for a walk instead of dwelling in your thoughts. The important thing is that you're moving. You're breaking free from the paralysis of overthinking and replacing it with the power of mindful action. And with each small step, the next one becomes easier. You see, overthinking thrives on inaction. The more you wait, the more you think, the bigger the problem feels. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, staring down into the unknown, unable to take the leap. But what if instead of looking down, you simply jumped? The moment you commit to the jump, the fear begins to dissipate. The anxiety begins to fade. When you act, you take away the power of fear. And as you start taking more steps, no matter how small, the fear becomes quieter. The doubt starts to fade. You begin to trust yourself because you're proving to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. Mindful action is not just about moving forward. It's about being present with your choices. You don't need to analyze every decision to death. Trust yourself to make the best choice with the information you have at the time. And if things don't turn out as planned, you'll learn from it. But you will never truly know unless you act. You have the power to take control of your thoughts, to stop letting them dictate your life. You are the one who chooses. And every time you choose action over thought, you are reclaiming your power, your confidence, and your momentum. So here's what I want you to remember. The next time you find yourself spiraling into overthinking, take a deep breath, feel the ground beneath your feet, and take one small, mindful step forward. Trust that action, no matter how small, will lead to clarity. Each step, each choice will help you break free from the cycle of doubt and uncertainty. You already have everything you need inside you. You are not trapped in your mind. You are not bound by the weight of indecision. You hold the power to step out of overthinking and into mindful action, one small step at a time. This is your journey, and it begins with you, right now. Part 2. Conquering Impulses. The Art of Urge Surfing. You know the feeling. That urge that suddenly hits you, the overwhelming desire to buy something you don't need, to eat something that won't benefit you, or to give in to an impulse that doesn't serve you. It feels almost uncontrollable, doesn't it? Like an invisible force pulling you in one direction while your better judgment is trying to guide you elsewhere. The moment feels powerful, as if it's bigger than you, as if it's something you can't escape. But here's the truth. You have the ability to choose how you respond. The urge may rise, but that doesn't mean you have to surrender to it. You are not helpless. You are not a prisoner of your impulses. The key to mastering these moments lies in a simple yet powerful practice: urge surfing. Urge surfing is a powerful tool, a way to ride the wave of desire without being pulled under by it. It's a way of observing your urges, acknowledging them, and allowing them to pass without acting on them. Picture a wave in the ocean. When it first builds, it seems like it's going to swallow you whole. But if you can ride it, if you can simply wait and let it crest and fall, you will find that it loses its power over you. That's what urge surfing teaches you to do, to let the urge wash over you, not by fighting it, but by simply observing it.
Feel the impulse rise inside you. Notice it, but don't react immediately. Instead, step back and watch. Acknowledge the craving, the desire, the pull, but don't let it decide for you. Just allow it to be there. When you do this, when you don't give in right away, something incredible happens. The urge starts to lose its power. You might think you're powerless against these urges, especially when they feel so strong. But the truth is, the more you resist, the more you intensify the feeling. It's like fighting against the wave. The more you struggle, the harder it becomes to stay afloat. But when you surf the wave, when you allow it to come and go, you find a sense of peace. You realize that the urge is not something that defines you. It's just an impulse, a momentary feeling that will pass. You have the power to make it pass. All you need is a little patience and mindfulness. The urge will fade. It always does. Every time you choose to watch the urge without acting on it, you are training your mind to let go of its grip. And with each passing urge, you become stronger. You gain more control over your actions. You learn to be in charge of your own choices, not driven by the fleeting desires that pop up unexpectedly. It's not about denying yourself, and it's not about suppressing your desires. The goal isn't to be perfect or to never feel the pull of impulse again. The goal is simply to understand that you have a choice in how you respond. You are not defined by your impulses. You are defined by how you handle them. And in that space, that moment between the urge and your action, lies your true power. Next time you feel that sudden urge to buy something, eat something, or act impulsively in some way, remember this. Take a moment to simply observe. Don't act right away. Let the urge rise, feel it, and allow it to pass. You are in control of that moment, and with each wave you ride, you become more skilled at recognizing that you have the power to decide. In moments of urgency, it's easy to feel like your impulses are controlling you. But remember, you are the one who gets to decide. The power is yours. Urge surfing is about remembering that you can watch your urges without letting them make your decisions for you. It's not about fighting them or beating them. It's about acknowledging them and choosing to move forward despite them. You may not always get it right, and that's okay. This is not about perfection. This is about awareness. Every time you choose not to act on an urge, you strengthen your ability to act with intention. You're no longer a slave to your impulses. You're free to choose how you want to show up in your own life. This is your practice. It's not easy. It takes patience, it takes awareness, and it takes practice. But the more you practice, the more natural it will become to ride the waves of impulse without being swept away by them. And one day, you'll realize that you've gained something far greater than momentary satisfaction. You've gained the power to control your actions, to live with intention, and to shape your life according to your true values, not the fleeting desires of the moment. The next time an impulse rises, remember, you have the strength to let it pass. You are not your urges. You are the calm that can ride through the storm. And in that calmness, you'll find your true power. Part 3. Breaking free from procrastination. Small steps, big results. You've felt it. This weight on your shoulders. The knowing that there's something important you need to do, yet you can't seem to take that first step. Maybe it's a project, a decision, or a change you know you need to make. But somehow, day after day, you find yourself putting it off, telling yourself you'll get to it later. And yet later never comes. The clock keeps ticking and the task remains untouched. Procrastination is a silent thief. It doesn't yell at you, but it steals your time, your energy, and your potential. It convinces you that you're not ready, that the task is too big, too overwhelming. It wraps you up in the illusion that there's always tomorrow, until you realize that tomorrow never comes.
But here's the truth, and I want you to really hear it. You are not defined by your procrastination. This is not who you are. It's simply a pattern, a habit, a cycle that can be broken. The key is in the way you approach the task in front of you. You don't need to solve it all at once. You don't need to conquer the mountain in one giant leap.
What you need are small steps. Small steps lead to big results. The idea of tackling a huge goal or a daunting task can feel like standing at the foot of an enormous mountain. You look up and it feels impossible to reach the top, so you don't move. You stay stuck, paralyzed by the scale of what's ahead of you.
But what if you stopped focusing on the mountain? What if instead you focused on just the next step in front of you? That's it. Just the next step. You don't need to climb the whole mountain today. All you need to do is take the next step forward.
And when you do that, the task no longer feels insurmountable. It becomes a series of small, manageable actions. Procrastination thrives when you let the goal become too big in your mind. It whispers that the task is too much, too complicated, or too far away. It convinces you that there's always time, that you can always put it off until tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. The only moment that matters is the one you have right now. Instead of focusing on the entire goal, break it down. Take one small action today. Just one. And here's the magic of it. Once you take that first step, something shifts inside you. The fear starts to dissipate. The task feels a little less intimidating, a little more possible. And then the next step feels easier. The momentum builds. You begin to realize that the biggest obstacle was never the task itself. It was the belief that it was too much. You don't have to wait for motivation to strike. Motivation often comes after action, not before it. You may be waiting for the right moment to start, the right burst of inspiration. But the truth is, the best time to start is now. Even if you're not feeling inspired, taking that first step is the most powerful thing you can do. It's in that moment of action that the feeling of accomplishment begins to build. And once you feel that, it becomes easier to take the next step. Remember, progress doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow and steady process. The key to breaking free from procrastination is not about trying to rush or forcing yourself to finish everything at once. It's about showing up each day, even for just a few minutes, and doing something, anything. That small effort compounds over time. Think of a tiny snowflake falling onto the ground. At first, it doesn't seem like much. But over time, more and more snowflakes pile up, until what was once a small flurry becomes a massive snowdrift. Each small action you take is like that snowflake. At first, it might feel insignificant, but in the end, it adds up to something much bigger than you ever imagined. You are capable of overcoming procrastination. The power to change is within you, and the best part is that you don't have to do it alone. Every time you take that small step, you are building the confidence to take the next one. So today, take that first step, no matter how small it may seem. Don't worry about the entire mountain. Just focus on the next step, and once you've taken that step, take the next one. Slowly, steadily, you will break free from the grip of procrastination. The more you show up for yourself, the more you will realize that you are capable of far more than you thought. This is your moment. This is your journey. And it starts with one small step. You've got this. Part 4. Taming self-doubt. Building confidence through proof. Self-doubt is something you've faced, isn't it? That voice in your head that tells you that you're not good enough, that you're not capable, that you'll never succeed. It holds you back, convinces you to second-guess every decision, and tells you to play small. You've probably heard it before. You don't have what it takes, or maybe you're not cut out for this. But here's the thing. Self-doubt is a lie. It's not a reflection of your true abilities.
It's simply a belief, a feeling that doesn't define who you are. It's a belief that has been built over time, shaped by external voices, past failures, or fears of the unknown. And the most important thing you need to understand is that you don't have to listen to it. The way to tame self-doubt isn't by trying to force it away, but by proving it wrong. The best way to break the grip of self-doubt is not by relying on positive affirmations or wishful thinking. You prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, and that you are enough, one small success at a time. It's easy to dismiss your past wins, to downplay your achievements. But the truth is, you've already proven to yourself that you are capable. Look back at the times when you've overcome challenges, the times when you've faced adversity and come out the other side stronger. Those moments weren't flukes. They were proof that you have the resilience and strength to handle whatever comes your way. The trick is to remind yourself of these moments. Write them down. Keep a list of your small wins and accomplishments. They're real, and they matter. Whenever self-doubt creeps in, bring those wins to the forefront of your mind. Let them be the proof that you are not defined by your doubts. You are defined by what you have already done, by the actions you have already taken. It's all about building confidence through evidence, not empty words. Confidence isn't about just believing you can do something. It's about knowing that you've done things before, things that required courage, strength, and persistence. You've succeeded before. You've made it through tough situations. You've taken steps, big and small, toward your goals. And each of those steps, no matter how small they seemed at the time, has built the foundation of your strength. So when self-doubt tells you that you're not enough or that you can't do it, remind yourself of your proof. You are not who your doubts say you are. You are who your actions show you to be. This is not about being perfect, and it's certainly not about being free from doubt all the time. Self-doubt is something that will always try to sneak back in, but what matters is how you respond to it. When you face it, you are in control. Every time you act, every time you take a small step, you silence that voice a little more. The more you prove to yourself that you can achieve, that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way, the quieter self-doubt becomes. The key is to take action, even when you don't feel ready. The more you act, the more you prove to yourself that you can, and with each success, no matter how small, your confidence will grow. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. The more consistent you are in moving forward, the more proof you'll have of your ability to succeed. It's time to stop waiting for the moment when self-doubt disappears, because that moment may never come. Instead, learn to act in spite of the doubt. You don't have to feel confident all the time to take action. Confidence comes with experience, and experience comes through action. So, the next time you face self-doubt, instead of letting it hold you back, use it as a reminder that you're on the right track. Self-doubt only shows up when you're pushing yourself to grow, to step outside your comfort zone. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're moving towards something bigger, something more. You have everything inside you to silence self-doubt. The proof of your strength is already there, in the actions you've taken and the challenges you've overcome. When you build your confidence on your own evidence, nothing can stand in your way. You are capable. You are strong. You've already proven that. Now, it's time to remind yourself of that truth. Every day, in every action you take, build your confidence through proof. And with each step, you'll find that self-doubt becomes a little quieter, and your belief in yourself becomes a little louder. Part 5. Managing anger, releasing it through physical action. Anger is a powerful emotion. You've felt it before. The heat rising in your chest, your fists clenching, your thoughts spinning in frustration. It takes hold of you quickly, often without warning. In those moments, you may feel like you're losing control, like the anger is driving your actions, your words, and your decisions. But here's something important to understand. Anger, like all emotions, is natural, and it doesn't have to control you. The first step in managing anger is recognizing that it's not something you should bottle up, and it's certainly not something you should let explode unchecked. You are allowed to feel anger. It's a human emotion, and denying it only makes it more intense. But what you do with that anger, how you channel it, is what truly matters. And here's where the power lies. You can release that anger through physical action. The body and mind are deeply connected. When anger hits, it doesn't just live in your thoughts. It manifests physically. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, and you may feel a surge of energy that needs to be released. And that's where physical action comes in. By moving your body, you allow yourself to release the pent-up energy that anger creates. Now, this isn't about acting on the anger or letting it control your actions. This is about using physical movement to expel the tension and the emotion. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to do this. It might feel like the last thing you want to do in a moment of anger, but that's exactly why it works. When you move your body, you shift the focus from your emotional reaction to a physical release. Imagine this. You're feeling angry, your thoughts are racing, your body is tense. Instead of letting the anger build up, take a moment and get moving. It could be as simple as going for a brisk walk, hitting the gym, or even doing some deep stretches. Anything that engages your body in action will help break the cycle of anger. The moment you start moving, you shift your energy. You let your body release the built-up tension and bring your mind back into balance. As you move, the anger loses its grip. Your thoughts become clearer, your breathing steadier, and that overwhelming emotion begins to fade. Physical action doesn't just release the anger, it also helps you regain control. When you're angry, it feels as if the emotion has taken the wheel. But when you move your body, you're reminding yourself that you are in charge. You are choosing to let go of the anger, to take control of your response rather than letting the emotion take over. With each movement, you're sending a message to your mind and body. You are in control. This simple act of releasing physical energy shifts your focus away from the frustration and towards something constructive. You are channeling the energy that anger creates into something positive, something that helps you regain clarity and calm. It's important to remember that this isn't a way of avoiding the anger or pretending it doesn't exist. Anger is a valid emotion. It's a signal that something is wrong, that something needs to change. But how you handle that anger is what makes the difference. Instead of letting it build into something destructive, use it as a signal to engage your body, to move, to release the tension. After you've moved, after you've allowed the physical release, the anger will subside, and you'll be in a better place to assess the situation calmly. You'll be able to respond with intention, not from a place of frustration. You'll regain your ability to think clearly and make decisions without the haze of anger clouding your judgment. This practice is a powerful tool that you can use every time anger arises. It doesn't matter what caused the anger, whether it's a disagreement, a frustration, or a setback. What matters is that you have the power to manage it. You can choose to release the anger physically, to break the cycle of emotional escalation with simple, intentional movement. Each time you do this, you'll find yourself becoming more in control of your emotions. You'll build the habit of not letting anger define your actions, but of using it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Anger, when managed properly, can become a catalyst for positive change. It can remind you of your inner strength, of your ability to choose how you respond to life's challenges. Remember, anger is not the enemy. It's a part of who you are, just like joy, sadness, or excitement. What matters is how you handle it. By using physical action to release anger, you gain control over your emotions instead of letting them control you. You empower yourself to respond calmly and thoughtfully, not in the heat of the moment. Next time anger rises, remember, you don't have to let it control you. Release it through physical action. Move your body, break the tension. Reclaim your calm. You are in control, and you have the power to decide how to respond. Conclusion. You've walked through the journey of mastering your mind, of overcoming the impulses, doubts, procrastination, and anger that once felt like barriers between you and your potential. But here's the truth. This is just the beginning. Every step you've taken so far is a testament to your inner strength, your ability to change, and your power to control how you respond to life's challenges. Remember, mastering yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about understanding your emotions, recognizing the power you have to choose, and taking action to align your life with your deepest values. You are not a prisoner of your impulses, your doubts, or your emotions. You are the master of your responses, and with every decision you make, you step further into the life you deserve. Now it's your turn to continue this journey. The path to mastering your mind is yours to walk. You have the strength, you have the power, and most importantly, you have the choice. If you found value in this journey, if you're ready to continue shaping your mind and embracing the Stoic principles that bring true peace and clarity, I encourage you to subscribe to the Stoic Philosophy. Here, we dive deeper into how to live a life of resilience, wisdom, and purpose. Join us as we explore the timeless lessons that can help you grow into the best version of yourself. Subscribe now and take the next step toward mastering your mind and your life, because this journey isn't just about thinking, it's about doing, and your best self is waiting to be revealed.